This is Antoine Griezmann, a player who has truly thrived in La Liga, becoming an icon for Atletico Madrid in just a few short years. 32 goals across all competitions during his first year at the club, he was the only Atletico player selected to La Liga's Team of the Year, placing him alongside the likes of Ronaldo and Messi. And he was just getting started. The Frenchman has been the catalyst for keeping Atletico relevant in a league dominated by Barcelona and Real Madrid, and in Europe as well. A famous goal to win the Madrid derby, scoring 2 goals to knock out Barcelona in the Champions League quarterfinals, and scoring the ever so important away goal to knock out Bayern Munich in the semis to send Atleti to the final. But as much as he's been a hero in the eyes of many, there have been a few hiccups along the way. In that ensuing Champions League final against Real Madrid, he missed a crucial PK that would have tied the game. And although he scored in the shootout after the match ended in regular time, Atleti would go on to lose. And then there's the infamous Harlem Globetrotters costume debacle. He said it was just a tribute, and he's a huge fan of basketball, I get that, but maybe he could have shown that in a less controversial way. Clearly, Griezmann wasn't using his best judgment, but even when clubs like Manchester United were already showing interest in Atletico's talisman, Griezmann decided to stay on with the club because they were unable to sign players with an imposed transfer ban. He instead signed a new contract with Los Rojiblancos. Sounds like a pretty loyal guy. But now it's that exciting time when the January transfer window is open, and we look forward to it in FIFA as much as we do in real life. The rumors of Antoine Griezmann being linked with a move away from Atletico have continued into this season, with the likes of Manchester United and maybe even Barcelona calling once again. So now is the perfect opportunity to run a few FIFA experiments. Now that the transfer ban is over and Diego Costa has returned, Griezmann could actually make that move here in the winter transfer window. We'll look at a few rumored January destinations and transfer Griezmann to each of those clubs in FIFA. Then we'll simulate the rest of the season to see if the move was considered successful or not. And then based off those results, we'll decide which is the best possible new destination for the Frenchman. Manchester United require a much-needed lift for the remainder of the season. Jose Mourinho is looking to salvage the campaign with immediate reinforcements. But with Griezmann being cup-tied by already representing Atletico in the Champions League this season, is it even worth it? His relationship with Paul Pogba would certainly help with the transition to Manchester in the Premier League, and he stated before that he'd love to play alongside his French international teammate at the club level. Let's see how Manchester United and Antoine Griezmann fare after making a January move. As to where he fits into this lineup, the Frenchman will play behind Lukaku as a secondary striker and attacking playmaker. It didn't take long for Griezmann to adjust to the Premier League, scoring in a big win against Tottenham away from home, and then breaking out with a hat-trick against Huddersfield, as United won convincingly at Old Trafford. Goal after goal after goal after goal, Griezmann adjusted well to the spotlight, with the in-game media backing the decision to acquire him in the January transfer window. In 14 appearances, he bagged 10 goals, and those goals helped Manchester United keep a decent pace with Man City for top of the table. But ultimately, the citizens were able to hold on and win the title. United missed out on winning the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Champions League, but having Griezmann at their disposal next season would certainly boost their chances at winning silverware. Although Barcelona just made a record signing of Coutinho, they could very well have a chance in acquiring Griezmann as well. He's been reported as saying that he'd like to remain in Spain, so believe it or not, Manchester United may not be the favorites to land the Frenchman. With the shocking departure of Neymar and the questionable signing of Paulinho, not many would have picked Barcelona to be this far ahead in the La Liga standings. Let's see how a move to Barcelona would end up for Griezmann and the Blaugrana. We're going to line him up next to Suarez in this two-striker formation, with a midfield of Messi, Iniesta, Busquets, and the newly signed Coutinho. Griezmann is right at home in La Liga, scoring against Real Betis just a few days after being acquired. And then again in the following match against Alaves, with Messi and Suarez also getting scores of their own. And then again against Granada, and then Levante, and of course again in his first game against former club Atletico Madrid. We can assume he didn't celebrate, since he didn't when he scored against former club Real Sociedad a few years back. Griezmann would keep on scoring, and even with enough goals to go around for Messi and Suarez, he would eventually earn Player of the Month honors for his impressive form. In 32 La Liga appearances, he scored 15 goals and assisted 4. Barcelona were able to win La Liga by a landslide with the added reinforcements of Griezmann and Coutinho. And they were even strong enough to secure a treble without using their signings since they were cup-tied, beating Atletico in the Copa del Rey final and edging out Manchester United to win the Champions League. So when it comes down to it, FIFA tells us that Griezmann would thrive playing for either Manchester United or Barcelona. What do you think? Should Griezmann move to United, Barcelona, or somewhere else?